Hello. Welcome to another Polusound stream. I feel like it's been a little while since the last one. A few weeks maybe. And this time I wanna build a keyboard that is a computer keyboard, not a keyboard instrument. Oh yeah, I think I probably wanna be on this view here. So yeah, as you can see, I already have a pretty good keyboard. I really like this one, the ZSA Moonlander, and recently I got some new switches for it. These are MMD Vivian 28 gram linear switches, and they're really nice. They're very light, even lighter than my previous Kyle Box Pro Red or whatever they were called. 28 grams is the lightest I've found so far, and yeah, I really enjoy the light and smooth touch of these. And they're also very stable, which I was quite surprised by, because all the ones I've had previously had a lot more wobble to them, and I was expecting these to be the same, but apparently not. Okay, so what does that have to do with building a keyboard? Well, I of course want to put to good use the leftover old switches, and also every now and then when I'm working with a second computer on here, you might have seen me using like an old Apple keyboard somewhere around here to like type on that to the other computer, and then this one to control the main computer here. And the Apple keyboard is very uncomfortable and clunky. It's way too huge. And since I keep these Moonlander halves pretty far apart from each other, I was thinking, well, couldn't I just fit a second keyboard in between here? And, well, most normal regular keyboards will not fit in this space, but I got interested in these smaller keyboards that some people are building nowadays. Specifically, I landed on a 40% keyboard, which has like 12 keys horizontally, so 12 columns and 4 rows. And today the parts for that actually arrived, except I don't have a case yet, but I do have everything else. But yeah, the case will take a bit more time, but I figured why not build the keyboard without the case first and, you know, just try it out a little. So, the first thing is the PCB, or printed circuit board, for those of you not familiar with electronics. So this is a... is it KP Republic? Something like that. BM40 RGB. I guess the 40 is for 40%. It has 47 keys actually, so that's not where the name comes from. So yeah, this is a PCB with all the slots for hot swappable switches. Each one's got a little individually controllable LED under it. Then here on the underside we actually interestingly have also LEDs. So I guess you can like light up the bottom of it for some reason. Maybe that's nice. I don't know, I've never had a keyboard like that before. Then yeah, we can see here the microcontroller, I think is what that is, and then there's another chip here, not sure what that is. It's too small for me to read in this lighting. And then we got the USB-C port here. Then we got this plate, which goes on top of the PCB. I guess, yeah, it's gonna stabilize the switches, because the switches are gonna slot in here with their tabs, and then they're just more stable that way. I do think that requires actually, well, for it to be really stable, it should of course be screwed into the PCB and the case, but we're not getting that tonight. Then looks like there's, I think this is a stabilizer for the space bar. So the space bar and this layout is like 2 units wide, and I suppose you're meant to put this here to stabilize that. I'm not sure that's actually necessary. I don't use stabilizer on any of my keys on the Moonlander, even though it did come with some. but like 2 units is, I feel like it's not big enough to really need stabilizing. Then here I've got my old switches and also some leftover keycaps. So I suppose we can just get started. Right. So I'll have to see how this actually ends up working with without the case and screws and everything. So I think I'll start by popping in a switch in each corner on the plate, making sure they are all the right way around. Okay, those are in there. Then I'm gonna try to plop this into the PCB. And like that we have a nice little frame to start putting in the rest of the switches. I'm not gonna be very systematic about this, so just pop them in wherever feels nice. Though I will try to kind of evenly spread the pressure while doing this. I guess that counts as being systematic. And yeah, I figure this one is also gonna be nice for traveling. I mean, the Moonlander is already pretty nice for traveling because it comes with a little bag and you just fold each of the halves and put them in the bag, and it's fairly compact. But this is of course even smaller. Trying to be careful not to bend the pins on these switches, because that is always a bit of a risk. And right there, I think I was pretty close to doing that. And yeah, once the case arrives, I imagine I may have to disassemble this. Actually, I'm not sure. It depends on maybe whether there's some spacers that need to go between the plate and the PCB. But if not, then maybe I can just pop this into the case as is. And then once this is done, I'm thinking I will look a bit at configuring it, because supposedly you can just use the VIA configuration tool, and I think you can also build QMK, the open source keyboard firmware, for this if you want. But yeah, for tonight I think I'll be happy if I can just get it working with VIA. Got a bit of dust on that switch. Okay, now that the whole structure is getting more rigid, it's easier to pop this in, so I can maybe go a bit faster, but I do still need to be careful. Okay, and 13 more to go. Maybe you can do a countdown. 12. Oops. 11. 10. 9. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. Alright, there is a actually functional keyboard because you don't really need the caps. You could just press the switches directly, although it's maybe not the most comfortable thing. Then I am gonna put on keycaps. So for my spacebar, I've got this numpad plus key, so not an actual spacebar. Actually, there's gonna be a lot of keycaps here in the wrong place, so to speak. And I have two kinds of keycaps here, so this is also gonna be a bit of a Frankenstein in that way. So one is this XDA pudding keycap type, which I'm using on the Moonlander. And then there's this, I don't know what this is called, but it's a different shape, and these are the ones that actually came with the Moonlander originally. And since this is fully programmable, there's of course the option to do any kind of keyboard layout. I'm gonna do a pretty basic QWERTY for now, and then maybe think about other options later. I saw someone had made a layout where it's like QWERTY, but it's a split QWERTY. So you have some modifier keys in the middle, and then A, S, D, F, G on this side, and H, J, K, L, and whatever the last key is on your layout. In my case it would be Ö, but I don't actually have. No, but it would be A. So that's like an A with 2 dots on top. And I don't really have extra modifier keys, so I'm putting function keys here because I don't have like separate function keys on the Moonlander, so those are just left over. And I did plan this layout in advance. I have a picture of it on the other screen. Actually, why don't I show you that while I build? Because I was really bored one day and I was impatient waiting for the parts to arrive, so you know, I just did some preparation with what I had. The only modifier key I do actually have a separate keycap for is Alt. So that's gonna go in between the so-called function keys. Then I'm using page up and page down for up and down arrows, as well as home and end for left and right arrows. And yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing this kind of build without any kind of case. But I do want to try this out, and I'm impatient, so... Alright, making good progress, and now I notice I misplaced page down. Put it where page up should be. Okay, let me take out my keycap puller. Get in there, slowly but surely. Just a second, I'm gonna extend my little playlist here. But yeah, something I forgot to mention about these MMD Vivian keycaps. The sound is a bit different also. And yeah, these are actually pre-looped. I never looped the old keycaps, so that's also an interesting difference. Funnily enough, despite me being a musician and generally a sound person, I don't really care about the sound of the keyboard that much. Some people have described these switches as being sulky, which apparently is like a desirable thing for many people to have in their switches. I'm not actually sure what that means entirely. Like, sure, I can imagine a sock sound, but I don't know if I would describe these as that. But of course, the sound also depends heavily on the acoustics of the keyboard, and the Moonlander is maybe not the... how should I say? It's got acoustics that some people might find unpleasant, because like there's a lot of space underneath it, so I guess you have the chance for the sounds to bounce out of there and, you know, into your ears. Not a lot of dampening, I guess, is another way to put it. But yeah, as I said, I don't personally care that much. Oh, I should have done a countdown here, but we're now down to 2, 1, and 0. Now, would you look at that? That is, in fact, a keyboard. Yeah, so immediately I notice on this one the keys, the same switches and caps that I used before here sound entirely different. Now, the thing about using this without a case is that I don't know if it's easy to see on camera, but the USB-C port protrudes a little bit. So, you know, just putting it on the desk like this places a bit of pressure on the port, which is not great. But I do have a soft mouse pad here, or mouse mat, I guess is what this is. So that maybe helps a little. And also the whole thing is pretty light, and given that these switches are also quite light, these are 35 gram actuation, if I remember correctly. But yeah, given that, I think it should be fine. And the whole thing is now a little bit wobbly because of because of missing a case. It's not designed to lay flat like this. But let's plug it in. I actually got a new USB cable for this, because I don't have that many USB-C to A cables, and as you may know, I'm still on a pretty old computer, so it doesn't have any USB-C ports. These are really nice cables, by the way, by Vention. Yeah, I really enjoy their cables. Let's see if my hub can deal with this on top of everything else. And immediately we have a rainbow animation. macOS says this keyboard cannot be identified and will not be usable until it is identified. Well, the thing is, I'm not sure how these keys are mapped to begin with. I'm just gonna close this actually. Okay, so Alt here appears to be Command. Shift is where I would expect it to be. Then yeah, okay, arrow keys are where I expect them to be. Escape as well. That's a dash apparently. This is return as it should be. Wow, okay. Space. Okay, so we got but none of the other Finnish umlaut letters. Let's actually... Okay, that's not control, that's control. I want to bring up the keyboard viewer so we can see in real time what I'm pressing. So this appears to be caps lock. That's shift as expected, control, command, alt. Something that doesn't show up here. Another alt and another control. Okay. So that kind of makes sense. Except I don't really want a caps lock key, and also I don't know what this key does. Well, let us take a look at VIA. Oh yeah, now I should maybe be on this scene. So this, from what I understand, is a web-based configurator. And we have an error. Okay, so it looks like I may need some kind of definition file for this keyboard. Let's zoom in here a little. I did save somewhere the link for all the materials for this keyboard. So if we go to BM40 here, okay, so we've got a V2 guide and mine is definitely a V2. Okay, so there is something called VL or VIL, VIL. So maybe that's like a fork of VIA or something. That does not work either. Also, wait, what? I'm just noticing that this is BM16. Okay, yeah, should have paid closer attention there. Okay, so we've got a hex file here, and I wonder if that's the firmware. Probably. Then we got a JSON file, which I suppose is like some kind of definition. Okay, that was wrong. Right, so maybe we can import that into VIA somehow. It's just I don't know where to import the JSON, if that's even a thing you do. Okay, so it does not like that. Okay, so by enabling use v2 definitions deprecated, that actually did something. But I'm not sure why it's not showing me anything in the configure screen. Maybe I'll just refresh this. Yeah, here we go. And now I can actually see the definition, or yeah, the keyboard layout here. So MO1, I guess, is momentarily enable layer 1. Okay, and here we can see different features that we have. So this should be RGB toggle or not. Okay, I pressed reset and that apparently froze it. So it doesn't seem to me like the RGB controls are doing anything. Okay, this apparently actually toggles the RGB. Oh, okay. Got some really fancy animations on here. Oh, here's some of the reactive ones, so wherever I type, things happen. This one's good. But yeah, I do actually prefer the ones that are constantly doing something. I think I'll put this one because it's similar to the one I have on the Moonlander. I just wish I could make it a bit slower, but I don't know how. Okay, so we've got 4 layers, but apparently only one of them is currently used for anything. Okay, I'm gonna start customizing, I think. Okay, first of all, I think this key should be a right shift. Now, I wonder if that changes like immediately. Oh yeah, it does. That's pretty nice. Yeah, then I actually wanna get rid of caps lock. How do I do that? I guess I can just rebind it. Okay, so let's say control moves here, left control. Then actually I think it would make sense to have Alt here if I'm going for a Mac-like layout. So okay, left Alt, left Windows can stay where it is. But then I do wanna I'm gonna swap those keycaps. That's better. Okay, so apparently by pressing some keys together, weird things happen. Or maybe not. I think I was maybe pressing escape when I meant tab, and that's why I got confused. Okay, layers. So here I would like layer 1 and here layer 2. Then on this one maybe we can put... I don't actually know what to put here. Kinda want it to be a dash. Maybe that's the most common thing I would like on layer 1. Now, because of mysterious keyboard layout things, this actually ends up being a plus. Yeah, so I don't actually know how VIA handles different like international keyboard layouts. So far it kind of seems like it doesn't. Oh, by the way, let's check out... Oh yeah, we do have the underglow. And I can adjust it from VIA. And we got different effects. Honestly, I don't need that because at least at the moment it's not really visible when the keyboard is laying on the disk. But yeah, now the question is, what do I actually have to put here in order to get that dash? Well, let's try different things. That is actually an equal sign. Oh, and I should be here. So like this, I can get a dash, but it doesn't get the correct shift behavior. Oh, this is very strange. Oh, hey DJ Empirical. Been lurking while working on tunes. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be making any tunes tonight. A bit of a change from the usual content, I guess. Trying to find the key here that corresponds to a dash on the finish layout. Oh, there it is. So it's slash. Right, that makes sense because usually if I have a finished keyboard and I'm on a system that expects US keys and I press the dash, then I do get a slash. So I should be thinking like backwards to figure these out. Right, but layer 1 is here. And not quite sure I want all this special stuff here. I do wonder if there's some way to like copy paste things in this. Seems like maybe not. So these are apparently defined as any. And then I guess you enter a hex code. Okay, let's try. I'm gonna put all the control stuff on layer 3 actually. So let's say that's an any key. I think it was 5D, 5F. Yeah, then we have 5D, 5E. Now I don't have any way to actually get to layer 3, so let's make up one. Maybe it can be if I press both layer keys together, meaning I will have to set this to MO3, and then I guess I can also do here MO3. So regardless of which layer I start on, I'll get there. Okay, let's try it. So now if I hold these two keys, I should then be able to press P and it should turn off the lights. Yes, indeed. Cool. I would love to have per layer lighting though. I'm not sure if that's an option. I mean, I'm sure it is, if nothing else, by making a custom QMK build, but I'm not really quite there yet. Okay, let's put the dangerous reset key on this layer. Wait, no, I can't click anything. Oh yeah, I have to have the key map open. So reset, I think that's under special most likely. Yep. And then these keys, which apparently are RGB controls, didn't seem to do anything. Unless they are for the underglow, which might be. I didn't check that. But whatever. Here I'm gonna want okay, I'm gonna put the number keys on the top row. Is there some way I can make this I think means like redirect to the previous layer, or that is my expectation at least. But yeah, so then I can just go ahead and put my numbers here. I'll clear that one. Then I can clear the default numbers. Okay. I was trying to test that, but I pressed the wrong thing, so now I've actually killed Chromium. Just a second while I restore everything. Okay, Okay, TikTok thinks I'm being inactive for some reason. Fixed that. Yeah, just a sec, I have to restore all my stuff in Chromium. Because I had a few windows open there. And now... Oh yeah, I was in an incognito window, so of course it didn't save the history. Usevia.app. I should remember that URL. And now most likely I'll have to import my JSON again. Okay, there we go. Right, so my intention was to test typing numbers. Let's go into... I'm not sure where actually. Okay, I'm gonna open my Scratch buffer here. So now by holding F4, I should be able to type numbers. Okay, that's correct. Cool. Then on layer 2, I think I want to put my function keys. Now the question here is, how many do I want? Because on the Moonlander I have up to F20. Oh, but it seems like that's not actually an option here. Okay, well, I'm just gonna put as many as it allows me, so that's up to 12. Okay. Then, on this layer, I actually want to have page up and page down. Whoops. As well as home and end, where the arrow keys are. Well, they're not arrow keys right now, they're actually page up and page down and home and end keys, at least if you look at the keycaps. Then here I think I could put delete if I can find that somewhere. Yes, del. And it occurs to me that I might actually want to have caps lock somewhere. Because I just remembered there was some app that actually required pressing caps lock. I'm not sure what it was, but okay, maybe I'll worry about that whenever that happens again, so I don't need it now. I can put a eject key, probably. Maybe. Oh, actually, we have more function keys here, so I'm gonna go ahead and map up to F20, like so. Then eject is what I wanted. But I'm not sure if that's available here. Might have to do it in some other way. But I suppose it is not the most important key. Okay, let's make a bit of an attempt to use this for programming something. I'm just gonna write some eLisp, I suppose. So right now the only way I have to type brackets is, I think... Okay, not that. What did I actually just do? So it's F4, Shift, and then the number keys. I and O, so this is not super convenient. So I'm trying to think of a nice way to do it. Maybe... Okay, let's see if I can find some brackets here. Hello, Wiwaga. Where to buy the things to create our own keyboard? So there's a lot of different ones available. I got my parts from AliExpress, and specifically the KP Republic store on there. I think they also have like their own website, kprepublic.com. So this is one option. There are countless others, so it really depends on what kind of keyboard you want. There are so many different builds these days. This one is an ortholinear, so you can see the columns are like, they're not staggered like you would find on a normal keyboard, but they're just in straight lines. But there's non-ortholinear ones available, there's split keyboards available. There's 40%, which this is the size that is. There's 60%, which I think that has like a fifth row, so then you can actually have separate number keys. And then there's bigger ones. Link of website, well, here you can see kprepublic.com. If it's too small, maybe I can just show it here briefly. And I don't know if KP Republic is like the best one or anything. I just really liked this layout, so I ended up ordering this one. Because it is very small and it achieves this whole purpose of fitting in between my main keyboard. Right, yeah, the question is what to do about brackets. Because with a keyboard this small, you really have very little space for dedicated key functions, so you kinda have to get clever with your mappings. So I'm thinking, at least for like square and curly braces, I wanna do something similar to what I have on the Moonlander, which is that on there I have H and L are curly braces and J and K are square with this function key held down. But also, actually, maybe I will do a very similar thing. So let's find... Well, this is apparently the square. Let's see if that actually does what I expect. No, it does not. These are completely different keys. So now I should try to remember how do I actually get those keys. Or maybe I can just Google it. Alright, I guess I have to actually do the whole shortcut. So if I can map that whole key combination to these keys, then that should do it. I wonder if that requires macros or... Wait, here we actually have at least curly braces. Let's see if these work. No. Wait, this page wasn't even about VIA. it would be nice if we just knew about the Finnish layout. Oh, okay, so with QMK, this could be actually easier. But maybe we can deal with raw key codes instead. Let's see. I don't remember how to check key codes on macOS. Maybe I'll just download Carabiner Elements to check key codes. I actually use it on my laptop, but I don't have it installed here. Oh, and I'm gonna need an older version apparently. Okay, so it looks like 12.10 would be the one to use for my OS. Alright, but it's gonna install a whole launch the service, which okay, can I just get the one called key codes from the App Store? Wait, apparently I already have this. Interesting, okay. So let's now look at what happens when I type. Let's do it just an open square bracket. So that is in fact an option 8. Yeah, and 28 is the key code for 8. And then it's just got an alt on there. So I guess I have to replicate that in Mia. Let's see if that is actually something that requires macros, because I'm not sure if macros are like press multiple keys after one another, or if you also need them to do just like key combinations. Hello Beta DF3. Okay, so these people recommend Vial over VM. I don't really understand how these macros are supposed to even work, because it just puts an M0 on there. Oh, I guess you edit them here. So it looks like this way we can record macros. Oh yeah, and then I have to save them manually. It's a bit clunky, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, now I should have macros for all of those. So then I think I can map them like this. Yeah, the order is a little questionable, but whatever. Now let's see, can I type my brackets? Oh, I put them in the wrong place, but yes, they do work. So that's what I wanted. Now, unlike my Moonlander, it apparently doesn't do like a proper holding down, so I can't hold this down and get a repeated character. I wonder if that's something I can set up with the macros. It's not super important functionality, I guess, but so I guess the way that would have to work is that it doesn't immediately send the key up for this alt, but rather there would have to be separate definitions for like pressing the macro key down and then releasing the macro key. But it doesn't look like that's an option. So, I don't know. Maybe it would be worth trying Vial after all. So... Not sure if that needs like separate firmware. Probably it does. Hello Biter's Cat, have you ever tried the Kinesis or Glove 80? No, I haven't. In fact, what you see here are my only, should I say, enthusiast keyboards, and also my only mechanical keyboards that I have ever had. So I don't have like extensive experience with different ones. Okay, let's look at Vial. Let's see, first of all, does the Mac application actually run on my OS? Because it is an older one. Okay, yeah, it does start up. So it seems like I should be able to use the JSON from earlier. So this one. Unsupported protocol version. Oh yeah, because it was trying to use the Moonlander. Okay, this works. Nice. Let's just full screen this. Oh well, not actual full screen, but... Huh, it doesn't obey. Oh, there we go. Right. So this is quite nice. already I see a big improvement over VIA in that the, keys here that you can choose are in the standard QWERTY layout, so they're easier to find. But yeah, I wonder if I can now do this thing without macros somehow. Oh, look here, we can select the keyboard layout. So Finnish and Swedish QWERTY are the same, so I'm gonna go with Swedish. And that should hopefully make this a bit easier to deal with. But I still am not sure if there is a way to set up the brackets without using macros.
I'd like you to meet our very charming little drummer.
Seems like maybe not. Could just be a limitation of the firmware too, in some sense. Maybe I should actually put these on HJKL so they are the same as my Moonlander layout. And then this one can be maybe something else. But let's clear it for now. So yeah, I mean, not having the key repeat is not the end of the world for those keys in particular, but it does bother me a little bit that it's not consistent with the Moonlander, where I can just do this. Quick double tap doesn't repeat. Yeah, I mean, sure, but I mean, usually I can just hold down keys to repeat them, and it works for the letters, for example, and the numbers, but because the brackets are defined with macros, then it doesn't do that, because I think what happens is when I press this, it immediately sends option down, key code 8 and option up, and then yeah, the OS doesn't recognize it as a normal hold. Let's actually check what happens here. Yeah, actually nothing happens when I release a macro key, so... Well, it's fine for now. Then I do want my Finnish keys. My Ö, Ä and Swedish Å. But where to put them? I guess I could maybe fit them in this area here. It's gonna be a bit weird, but it's maybe okay. So I'm gonna put Ö and Ä on top and Å on the bottom. So now I can theoretically type in Finnish. It's a little awkward, but I think I can get used to it. Yeah. Let's just verify the others. So we should have Å, Ä, Ö, and then with a shift. Oh, actually, and with a shift. Yeah. Cool. Then something that occurs to me is that I will want to have numpad enter, so I'm gonna map that here. And that's for Mac OS 9, which actually does frequently make a separation between return and enter. So it's good to have access to enter as well. Right. What else do I need that is like absolutely necessary? Well, I do need my less than and greater than symbols. That can go there. So then I should get it like... Oh, and actually I now realize I've mapped Å here to what is normally shift, which is not too great because I do frequently want to press shift on this side as well. while I am on this layer. So yeah, this will have to be unmapped. Maybe I'm just gonna put it here on the other side of the keyboard, which is a little bit odd, but my logic there is that it's on the same key as the letter A, so it's at least kind of memorable. Yeah, that'll do. And with that in place, I can actually, well, I can press shift on what is supposed to be my less than and greater than key, but that is not what I'm getting. Maybe it's this thing. Wait, what? Yeah, that's not right, but that does point towards an interesting thing, which is that you can apparently add modifiers, because we just saw this left shift pop up here. So actually I don't think I will need macros for these keys, and that's good because it seems like there's only a small number of macros you can define. So let's start over with those. So these are all gonna be 8 or 9, but then we're gonna add different modifiers. Okay, but that's not how you do that apparently. I really would like to know how to make that happen. Is it maybe some of the stuff from here? Maybe I have to look it up. Or maybe there's something in the manual. Combos. No. So frustrating because I can see that this is a thing, but I don't know how to make it. Oh, is it maybe this? Let's try. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice, okay. So, that's gonna be actually Alt-GR, the one I want. So let's try. Whoops. Need to click in there to map it. Okay, then the question is, can I do Alt and Shift? I think that should be possible. Here's left Shift, left Alt. Is there an RSA? It's weird, this... Unless I'm missing something, this table here seems a bit incomplete. Because I'm expecting to find... R Shift plus R Alt. Why is that not here? It should definitely be something that can be sent, because the Moonlander is actually sending right shift and right alt. Well, I guess I can try left shift alt for this. Yeah, that does not work because Emacs differentiates between left and right alt, and left alt for me is meta, so that's not gonna work. So RSA is sitting in the actual QMK, but for some reason Vial here doesn't offer it. Do I maybe need to set up an any key? There's supposed to be a way where you can put in your own keycode, and I was able to do that in VIA, but how do I do that here? No, there it is. Any. Right. Let's check out this. KCH. Okay. Okay, that works. And we now have key repeats. Fantastic. Alright, then the question is, how do we actually get the less than and greater than? It might be this one. Yep. Nice. Yeah, this is already starting to look pretty functional. I do think I will hit some difficult to press keys. Let's say, for example, I wanted $1, then I have to do this. What's this song playing? This is actually Chrysanthemum Life Machine by Foldplop, and Foldplop is actually myself, so I only play my own tunes on this channel. But yeah, this is from my album Reveries. You can find it on foldplop.bandcamp.com. The one with the bird and the night sky. So this one is from 2018. Right, so I do now have a way to type most keys, except one that comes to mind is backtick and more generally, I don't know what these are called, but these keys that let you put like accents on letters, accent keys maybe. But in particular, I think I want I want backticks and carets to be pretty easy to type. Let's see, so on the Moonlander I have caret and backtick on those, so maybe I'll do something a bit similar here. No, this is probably not yet gonna do the right thing. What did I map them to? Yeah, so those just give me the unmodified versions. But I think if I do let's say right shift, but what is the right shift modifier called again? RSFT apparently. Yeah. Okay, that is apparently the O character now. I'd never guess. You never guess what? Oh, RSFT? Yeah. I guess maybe the logic here is that all of them are 4 characters long. Or like 3 characters No, not even that. Okay, maybe there's not a logic that's gonna help me remember. But yeah, this didn't work for some reason, so that's probably because I pressed the wrong key. Okay, yeah, there we go. So that is exactly what I wanted. And then for the one below, I also want to add a right shift, and now I think I can do this from here. Also, interestingly, it's RSFT with all caps when you're actually typing the code, but then here it's RS in caps and FT in lowercase, so... Okay, that gives me those characters, then I'm still missing tilde. So that's actually gonna be the same as this one, except now I need to decide, do I want to put it here or here? I guess I'll put it here because it's related to this key. But instead of shift, it's gonna be right alt. Okay, there we go. And now, since I am filling this up with shortcuts, maybe I want my dollar key here easily accessible as well. Yeah, actually there's a lot of keys I might want easily accessible, so we're gonna have the percent, the ampersand, the dollar, and the hash. Can't forget about the hash. And the exclamation mark, of course. So what I'm thinking now is that actually I could use this row to kind of mirror this row, but so that I get those slightly rarer keys, but then it's not still gonna be a full one-to-one correspondence. These are some tricky decisions. So if here was the exclamation mark at hash dollar percent ampersand slash yeah, probably gonna want pipe as well, and then backslash. Then I still need the equal sign somewhere. And in fact, I would also like to have the regular parentheses, and I think I'm gonna do that first of all. So it's gonna be those keys again, but I'm gonna add right shift. And then maybe I actually want my greater than and or less than and greater than keys to be here, because they're kind of brackets as well. At least if you're programming for the web, writing HTML. So here we add right shift. Let's see if that works. Yeah. Okay, so now I have all my brackets nicely in one place. Then the question is what to do with all this other stuff. Also, I'm thinking, do I actually need a right control, or could I add another layer switching key here? Is there any situation where I need a right control specifically? I can't really think of one. Also, it just occurred to me that I am gonna need a hyper key as well. So I've been kind of reluctant to try the kind of keys where tapping does one thing and holding does another, but maybe that's actually going to be necessary for this kind of thing. This kind of thing being a tiny keyboard like this, where it's hard to find good places for each key. So I'm thinking escape could maybe be hyper when held down, because I don't think I have anything mapped to hyper escape. Okay, let's see. I think it would be this one. And then we'll put escape in there. Okay, let's try that. So just pressing escape now does what I expect. But if I hold down escape, then it actually functions as a hyper key. Yeah, I guess that works. I think there might not be any situation where I want to hold down escape. Also, I can maybe map another key on a different layer to be just plain escape. So maybe I'll do that with the layer 1 here, so this becomes just escape now. Wait, what is this? Tilde escape. Oh, weird. Whoops. Yeah, I just want a normal escape there. So now if I do want escape that I can hold down, then that is something I can do, but otherwise escape is also gonna serve as hyper. And if you can't tell, on hyper I have my window management shortcuts, so well, Emacs is a bit slow to redraw right now, but here you can see that I can juggle my windows around by holding that and pressing arrow keys. Right. And then I have various other functions like setting a scrolling frame rate limit for apps that lag with pixel scrolling normally. And there's some other stuff like Hyper D for detecting displays, which I'm not gonna do now. Right, but let's go back to shortcuts for various symbols. So I'm thinking maybe the Finnish character shouldn't be on this layer at all, just so that we have some more space for common programming keys, which probably are gonna be more frequent in my use. So maybe exclamation mark, double quote, at, hash, dollar, percentage, slash, pipe, backslash, maybe plus and equal sign could go here. Yeah, actually. I wonder if the numpad variants work normally. Yeah, they do. So now this is kind of nice in that holding the modifier and pressing minus gives me a plus. So plus and minus are like related. Okay, but then for the other ones, so here I wanted exclamation mark. Double quote. Actually, what about single quote? Well, let's see if I can fit that in here in a moment. Dollar. Percentage. Ampersand. Slash. Oh, now I need to check how I have my pipe and backslash on the Moonlander, so I have them in the same order here. Backslash is actually, all of these 3 keys on a Finnish keyboard are behind the 7. So this is gonna be, I think, just R Alt. And then we're gonna have R Shift and R Alt, which is RSA. Yep. Then we had... Was there anything remaining? Maybe not. Actually... Yeah, so I wanted the asterisk and the single quote. The asterisk is also known as multiplication. Actually, I could replace this with the numpad slash. But yeah, so... In a way, the asterisk and the forward slash are related, multiplication and division, so I'll actually put those here. And then... pipe. And backslash. Okay, so now we have those 2 there, then we have ampersand, pipe, backslash, dollar at double quote. What else am I still missing? Oh yeah, the single quote. Maybe I can put the single quote on top of tab here. Is there any situation where I might wanna press tab while I'm on this layer? Probably not. So that'll go there. Okay, I think it is starting to look pretty good with regards to programming keys. Oh, except I've now removed 3 things that I had before, which was the backtick, the tilde and the caret. But that's because I was planning on putting them on layer 2 instead. Oh, I can actually just double click these instead of going to the any. That's much easier. Oh yeah, F11. Show desktop. So that's the backtick, then caret. And tilde. Yeah. And in case I want these other ones, I'll just put these alone here. So now if I want, what is it? These umlauts, then I can get them from there. If I want the, I forget what this is called, but some sort of accent, then I can also get it easily. And I can get the backwards one from here as well. Nice. Yeah, that is looking really good. And as I said before, I might want to get rid of the right control here to add another layer, but I don't feel like I need to do that right now. Oh, I am still missing the question mark, I think. Well, damn, it's getting a bit crowded here on this layer. What if I put it on the space? Actually, I now realized that there are these simpler versions of some of these keys. Okay, so they're just basically shortcuts for what I've been creating. So now question mark is here. Nice, nice. And now I'm starting to feel like I really have all the essential keys. Well, except I forgot to add back the finish keys on layer 2, so let's just put those in. Now what should be the order? I guess. Yeah, it's good to have those when you are finished. What else is here? Oh, here's eject. That's what I was looking for earlier. So let me actually put that on here. And let's try it out. So I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it does open my CD drive. on the computer, so that's working. Right. And then there could be some useful stuff here, like back and forward. I'm not sure if those actually work on Mac. Maybe they do. Let's try it out actually. Back, forward. So now if I go into Chromium, yeah, it doesn't look like that works. It's interesting though, because I do think they work in on some mice that I've tried. Well, it does say Windows here, so maybe I shouldn't be surprised. There's media, previous and next, but I don't actually use those because I have custom bindings for those. Well, I guess it would be previous track and next track macOS, but anyway. Yeah, I'll have to look deeper into the RGB controls some other time. Don't really wanna do that now. But yeah, I think with that I'm gonna wrap up for tonight, because my friends are actually asking me to come play Genshin Impact, so I'm gonna do that. And I mean, anyway, we're pretty much done here with what I wanted to do tonight. So we built this cute little keyboard, a KP Republic BM40. Apart from the fact that it doesn't have a case, which I'm waiting for. It will have a case eventually. And spent some time messing around with configuration. First VIA, then Vial, which turned out to be a lot better. So yeah, all in all, a great success. So I would like to thank you for tuning in tonight, and I will see you on another stream, which maybe will next time be a music related one or something else, I don't know. My streams tend to be kind of spontaneous, so you never know what you're gonna get. But yeah, thank you, like, follow, subscribe, press all the buttons, and I'll see you in the future. Bye bye!